with spirit. And our 100,000 volunteer workers I was proud of. I think they did a magnificent job. I only wish they could have gotten out a few more votes in the key precincts, but because they didn't, Mr. Brown has won, and I have lost the election. I'd like to say a word nationally. I know that some of you are interested in that. I have not been able to appraise the results of the Congress because not enough of them are in. I only understand that we approximately broke even. Is that correct? In the Congress? Well, I think that's what I have. Did you have a report on the Congress? Any of you? About even?
The Democrats picked up some.
They picked up some. Well, I know in the Senate they did. Yeah, Bob, I understood that. But in the House, I understand we picked up 5 in the House. Well, you can't tell because California isn't in on that yet. Well, the most significant result of this election was what happened in 4 major states. Rockefeller's victory in New York, Scranton's victory in Pennsylvania, Rhodes' victory in Ohio, Romney's victory in Michigan means that in 1964 the Republican Party will be revitalized. Now, it'll be revitalized, of course, provided the Republicans in California also can, under new leadership, not mine, because I have fought the fight, and now it's up to others to take this responsibility of leadership. And I don't say this with any bitterness because I just feel that that's the way it should be. But the Republican Party under new leadership in California needs a new birth of spirit, a new birth of unity, because we must carry California in '64 if we are to carry the nation. But when you look at New York and Pennsylvania, Ohio and Michigan, and the solid Republican Midwest, 1964 is a horse race. I say this with no indication that I don't think that President Kennedy has immense popularity at the moment, and popularity which came out as a result of his handling of the Cuban situation. But on the other hand, now the problems arise. What will happen in Cuba? Can we allow this cancer of communism to stay there? Is there a deal with regard to NATO? Is there going to be with regard to NATO and the Warsaw Pact? Are we going to continue any kind of an agreement in Cuba, which means that Khrushchev got what we said we would never agree to before he made his threats with regard to his missiles, and that is, in effect, bringing down an iron curtain around Cuba. These are things that Mr. Kennedy, of course, will have to face up to, and I just hope and I'm confident that if he has his own way, he will face up to it. If he can only get those who oppose atomic tests, who want him to admit Red China to the UN, all of the woolly heads around him, if he can just keep them away from him and stand strong and firm with that good Irish fight of his, America will be in good shape in foreign policy. Domestically, I'm answering these questions because I know that some of you will ask them. Domestically, the economy needs to get going again. The Cuban thing, of course, has had a tendency to obscure that. A lot of defense contracts have come into California and other areas. I'm not complaining about it. That's the way the political game is played. But I do feel that it is important that the economy get going again, and I trust that through tax reform or some other device, relying on individual enterprise and individual opportunities, that the economy will get going again. To me, more important than anything else, America has got to move now. It's got to move forward economically with productivity. It's got to move forward, and I'll say it in the President